Talia.
And I'm Alicia, and we're the founders of the Gann Academy Garden.
I'm really interested in organic foods and in the economics really that's involved with organic foods and the suppliers that work locally in any kind of an environment. I said not only because of all of the energy savings and so on, the pollution savings with the shipping of the food over long distances and so on, but also just the food value itself. In other words, my wife and I very often when we're going out to a restaurant really support going to those establishments that have organic and low produce and meats on their menu, because the food value itself, not only is it great for the community economically, not only is it great in terms of pollution, but the food value for us is even greater because the nutrients, the freshness of the produce, everything is in better shape as we're experiencing.
Okay, so you were asking me about my garden. So I'll start with, you can see my plants. As a kid, my mother used to make me help her out in her garden, and I hated it. I thought it was such a chore, and I couldn't stand it, and we had bees, and didn't like it. But when I moved into my first apartment after undergrad, my mom bought me this pothos. This is my second one. There's another one, but this is one of the first plants that I ever had, and I decided that I really liked growing plants, and I felt the paternal instinct for them, and I used to have my own little part of the house for when they got sick. I would nurse them back to health, separate from the rest of them. I called it my hospital. And from that, when I moved into a house and I had a little plot of land, my wife and I decided that we really wanted to grow our own vegetables. In addition to, we are members of a community-supported agricultural co-op. We also grow, for the last 4 or 5 years, we've grown cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, although not so successfully, carrots, green beans, I think of what else, lettuce, and I have to say there is nothing like coming home and seeing your tomato plants growing a little bit. Like when you get your first tomatoes, it's like so exciting and you're so happy about it. When you get your first beans, and I don't know, there's something really nice, especially in what I do as a teacher. There's always another paper to read, there's always another assignment to do, there's always another smart board to do. But with gardening, you have a discrete task. You have to weed a bed, it's done, you can see it done. Or with a tomato plant, you can see it growing and then you can eat it. So much better.
Okay. So my mother has always had a vegetable garden in our backyard, and like a lot of the vegetables that we eat, like I know we grow tomatoes and cucumbers and blueberries, we don't buy at stores, we grow in our own backyard, and it's just really, I think that's a lot better because not only does it save money, but I feel like every time that we eat a vegetable in our house, it's like, oh, that tastes really good and I made that. So a lot of food these days is grown using genetically modified seeds or a lot of pesticides, and I just think that food is better when it's more natural.
So I remember this one time, the first day of Mabar, we were digging the first bed and it was so difficult, and we were thinking, I don't think we can do 3 beds like we planned, we're only going to do 2 or maybe even 1, and it was really hard and our bodies were sore for weeks. And then after we had finished the 3rd bed, we had extra plants and we were like, what are we going to do with all these plants? So we built and dug the 4th bed, which was unplanned, in 1 day. We all finished the whole thing, and it felt really rewarding and didn't even hurt us a bit.
So also a couple of days ago, Alicia and I, we finished all of the beds and we were ready to put up the sign, and so Alicia's dad was helping us put up the sign, and my grandpa came, and he's a little bit controlling. And Alicia's dad started bickering about the best way to put up the sign, and
my dad's like, I want to drill a hole.
And my grandpa was like, no, we can't do that, we're going to put the pegs in like this. And it was pretty funny, but it was cool how we have both of our families helping us, and how the garden is such a way that people can connect and be together.
And also we've taken so many trips to Home Depot with the
So
whole
we have
project.
friends there.
Yeah, like people started to recognize us, and the employees like would come up to us. So, what can we help you with today? And Paul especially was
He's like, how's the trellis?
yeah, he asked us how's everything going.
He
And
thinks
it's,
we have no idea what we're doing.
yeah, but it's really okay because he's really helpful, and let's use pressure treated wood, but we didn't. So we don't always listen to what they say, but it's really nice to have people who are willing to help us.